What is up, everybody? It's Kalen Moss, the Minute Admin here, and I realized in the last video that my sound wasn't working, so I'm making this again. So, with that being said, today we're going to talk about is using AI to study for a Salesforce certification ethical? So, I got this question and I saw it pop up on LinkedIn. Somebody was basically saying, or a couple people were saying something about um, being ethical to use AI to study for a certification and the implications of speeding through the exam. And I just wanted to address that right here and really identify within like 5 to 10 minutes exactly what I'm talking about as I'm going through this, how I would pass the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Email Specialist certification in 7 days. Number one, I've been doing Salesforce since 2017. So, or Marketing Cloud and Salesforce since 2017. So, yes, I could pass the certification in 7 days, but I'm showing you how I would do it. That's going to give you how you can take what I would do and use that for yourself. So that's first and foremost. This is how I would do it in 7 days because I know a lot of the content and I've taught a lot of the content. Now, the next thing is the very next thing after that, and setting expectations, which it could take you longer than 7 days, trust me, especially if you're brand new. After that is number two is it ethical to use ChatGPT AI to study for a Salesforce certification? Is it ethical? Does it ruin the reputation of the cert? These are starting to be some things that I'm kind of seeing question-wise. So to answer the first question, I'm going to give you a thought exercise. Are you using, first of all, the question is using ChatGPT to study for a Salesforce cert ethical? My answer to that is, are you using Google to find study information? Let me give you an example. If you were studying for the email specialist cert and you came upon, let's just say, this insights and analytics topic, given a customer scenario, recommend an Einstein product that will analyze campaign effectiveness. If that was something you were trying to study and you were just using Google, what would you type in to Google, right? You might type in something like Einstein Marketing Cloud. So then you'll be brought to this page. And okay, first page doesn't really show me anything relevant to what I'm looking for. Hence, we're Salesforce marketers, by the way. Everything should be personalized and relevant. This is why I'm curious why not everybody is hype as heck about ChatGPT right now, because as you can see, yeah, it brings up the second article, but at the same time, I still have to go search for articles. Like I want to have a plethora of articles around Einstein and generative AI, which we've got great stuff here, but how do I know what's actually worth looking at, right? We have an entire page here. We have tons of Google pages. Human nature is going to say, I don't know. I'm a brand new beginner. I don't really know which ones to study. So what's the difference between you searching on Google to find the right Einstein Marketing Cloud content to study for this bullet point on the exam versus taking a prompt like this one, right, that I put in my Notion yesterday? I'm studying for the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Email Specialist certification and need to study the following topic. This is part of the prompt, right, that you're going to give to ChatGPT. This is the topic you want to study. In purple, given a customer scenario, recommend an Einstein product that will analyze campaign effectiveness. Same concept, right? I'm studying that. I say, give it some instructions. This is an email marketing best practices type of question. And then I say, please find specific help.salesforce.com articles and trailhead.salesforce.com articles that teach a beginner this concept, based on Salesforce best practices. Provide links to the relevant resources and ensure that the trailhead links are functional and up to date. Verify that all links work before providing them. Now, this prompt, we are calling a prompt, right? But this is just a Google search query, right? This is just, I'm searching the internet to find the answer I'm looking for. I put out a criteria, I get a result. Same thing that we did with this. When we went into Google, we typed in a search criteria, we got results. I'm doing the same thing with ChatGPT. Copy what it says, put it into ChatGPT, and get results. The beautiful part about this, though, which is I think also the scary part for most people who think this is unethical or ruins the reputation of the cert, is that the beautiful part is now you don't have to spend all the time sifting through what's on Google, which is why hence Google is scrambling to create Google Gemini, by the way. So you're going to have to use AI at some point to answer your questions, because it's all headed that direction anyways. So this is exactly like searching a query or querying for something on Google, Bing, Yahoo. So there is no fundamental difference. It's exactly the same concept. This is a search query, Einstein Marketing Cloud. Go back to the beginning of the video, which is how I got those keywords. And this is a query. It looks a little different because we're not used to this. We're not used to putting this into Google, but this is still searching the internet. Except the only difference is ChatGPT is your research assistant. That's the only difference. Now, going to the second question, does using AI to prepare for an exam ruin the reputation of the cert? Going back to the first part of this video, if you're using Google, if you're using Yahoo, if you're using Bing, you're going to get search results. If this is what you're studying, if you're studying for the exam, right? If you're studying for the exam, you're going to be looking at, what do I need to study for this bullet point on the exam? Now you can be an expert and just, have been working in Marketing Cloud for 10 years, 20 years. And, all of a sudden somebody says, hey, I need you to take a cert. And you're like, okay, I'll just sit for the cert. I'm so good that I don't even need to see what's going to be on the exam. I'll just go take it. That's how many people can do that? How many people realistically can do that if they're taking a certification? You might be one of those people who can do that on this video watching, but I promise you, you are in the small minority of people who can do that. Everybody else needs a game plan. Everybody else needs a study plan. Everybody else needs to know, what am I going to be tested on the exam, and what is the material that I need to know for that exam? And with that being said, you're going to either find that material on Google, or you're going to find that material on ChatGPT. Now, like I said, Google is now playing keep up, scramble, catch up to ChatGPT or OpenAI, I should say, because if you look at Google and a lot of different things, you'll see Google Gemini coming into play. I'm not going to go through what Google Gemini is or do a demo on it, but Google Gemini is the product that Google is trying to use to compete against ChatGPT. And either way, if you use Google and you keep using Google to prepare for your Salesforce exams because you need to know what's going to be on the test, and you're researching the content that you need to study, right? All we're doing here, remember, researching content to study. This is not answers to the exam. This is just, what did it give me? Boom, I click a link and it takes me to a help article. Because remember, that was in the criteria. That was in my search query. So to answer the question, both questions, which I think might have confused some people, is we are using ChatGPT to search results for us without us needing to go out and do all of the manual searching, like typing in the keywords and doing all this. We can just tell ChatGPT, hey, look, this is what I'm studying. I'm studying this bullet point, and I need you to find help documents and trailhead documents that relate to that. And once you find it, you've just basically acted as my research assistant. And now I don't have to go and do all the research and wonder if this is the right stuff or not. Now, one last thing to say on top of that is you still have to verify. You still have to verify it. So Therian, Triple T, Thacker, Working in a system versus taking the cert is extremely different. I 1000% agree with you. There is no, it's night and day, right? It's night and day. But at the same time, how I would study for a Salesforce certification is, even if I have experience in the system, I still need a study guide. I'm not just going to willy-nilly jump into the exam and just take the exam. We've taken exams, Triple T, and we are smart dudes. You are a smart dude, hardworking. And we've taken some exams that are like, whoa, we did not expect that, right? So I think the biggest thing to, first of all, is the exam that we last took together that was crazy was there was no study guide, right? There was no real resource for it. And we honestly didn't even know what we were being tested on. So that just made it so much more difficult for us, right? So the question becomes, if you have what you know you're going to be tested on, right? If you know what you're going to be tested on, you can at least get a head start by having the material that relates to the thing you're going to be tested on, which actually, if you're working a real-time job, it's going to help you in your real-time job too, because you're actually doing your upskilling at the same time. So Triple T, completely agree. Working in the system, nothing like it. But like I said, how you use AI to ethically study for the exam is, in this specific phase of your process, studying for an exam, you have to find the material that relates to what you're going to be tested on for the exam. Now, this isn't the whole study prep. This is just one particular part of study prep. So appreciate that. Triple T, would love to get your thoughts on what I just said. I'm sure a lot of people have that same sentiment in the Salesforce ecosystem, because I'm getting that feedback on LinkedIn. People are like, hey, this is going to ruin the exam. This is going to ruin. It's not going to ruin anything. You're not cheating. You're searching just like you would search on Google. What do I need to study? Okay, this is the concept they're testing me on. Einstein products. What do I need to know about Einstein products? All right, cool. Either I go to Google search and I look for it, or I go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I put that in and it finds the stuff for me. Fundamentally no different. Triple T, I would love to get your thought on that. I would love to get, aside from the fact that, yes, working the job, there's no argument for that, for sure. It's just the question of how you're going about finding the right study material. What I found yesterday, right, which is why I'm making this, is because I found out, I was like, man, it takes so long to find study material if you're just Google searching it. And then I was just like, okay, let's just see if ChatGPT can do it. And it found me 6 different resources in seconds, by the way. So I got hype about that. I put that on LinkedIn, and then the question came back from, well, isn't using ChatGPT unethical? Isn't it cheating or ruining the cert? Or won't people have less comprehension on how to use it? And I get it. I really do. I just don't see what I've shown you here in this video. I don't see anything in this video that says you're cheating the system, you're hacking the system. Only thing that we are doing is using a different search tool. We're not using Google, we're using ChatGPT. So I'm very, very curious. Triple T, you are Mr. Technology. So I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. I actually want to bring people on to the live and talk about this, because I think this is like a taboo subject for some reason. I think AI is taboo, and I think ChatGPT is taboo. We work in tech. I don't see why it's so taboo. I understand the concept of, the data with your company data. Do not use it on company laptops. Do not use it for your company data. Don't give it that sensitive company information, because that just all goes back to legal stuff, right? That's legal stuff. But you're studying for a certification that's on a free website. It's on trailhead.com. You can find this Marketing Cloud Email Specialist Exam Guide on Trailhead. Right. Triple T, you know it. AI is still taboo, man. People don't want to talk about it. I don't know why. I really don't know why AI is so taboo. Like, it honestly kind of, it's like, it stings a little bit whenever you're so excited about something that is changing the world, and then people are saying that you're cheating. So whenever people were running in their regular shoes and the first person came out with cleats was running in cleats on the soccer field, was that cheating? Still shoes. There was, I mean, this is the thing. Technology is going to advance the performance of humans. That's all it does. Technology doesn't do anything. The human has to do something with it. So that's that's the thing that I'm just I'm super passionate about right now, and I think that people need to hear it. I think people need to be okay with the new technology that's coming out, and I don't know what the narrative is around it, but it's we have to lead the charge in terms of using AI to help, using AI to help. It is not using AI to cheat. We are not doing that. Are there people out there who will use any technology for bad? Yes. I mean, look at all the stuff you see on the internet. There's so much good stuff on the internet, but there's also bad stuff on the internet. There's good Google searches and there's bad Google searches. There's good people and there's bad people. So, I mean, to say that AI is cheating, use it for good. Don't cheat. Like, at the end of the day, follow the rules. I've not ever once said to cheat on the exam, never once. So there is no cheating. There is no using AI to do any of that stuff. It's using AI for what it's powerful, what it's designed to do. So Triple T, who doesn't want a free assistant? There are times I just keep notes in GPT for a later conversation. That's it. That's it, man. ChatGPT is just a personal assistant. It's a virtual assistant. It will go out. It's like if you said to somebody, hey, I need you to go find 10 articles for me related to this subject. You could go do it manually, i.e., Google search, right? This was 1987. You'd be going to an encyclopedia, which, by the way, this information wouldn't be on there because information wasn't readily dispersed and disseminated the same way that it is today with the power of the internet, which is what makes the internet so great. You can manually do that, go find the research paper yourself, or you could say, hey, ChatGPT, I got a job for you. Here, go in and add. So, and then let it come back and bring the reports back to you. Like I said, some of these reports don't work. Like, get smart with Einstein predictions. That doesn't work. But guess what? It gave me the start of what I should search for. So now I don't have to go and search for it. And I would never know to search for get smart with Einstein predictions. I would never know that. But guess what? It gave me a start. I was able to even see that the link didn't work, but I was able to go back and type in what it gave me. And then look what it gave me. It gave me a whole trail. Is that cheating? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a search query. But that is, I would not have ever known to put that search query into Google for get smart with Salesforce Einstein. So take this information with what you will. Take it and run with it in any direction. I hope that it goes into the direction of truth, which is use the technology around you to enhance your life, save you time, and do not cheat with the technology. That is not what I'm saying. Do not use ChatGPT to cheat. Do not use anything unethically. Use ChatGPT just like you use Google search. That's it. Look for the information. You're searching for the information and look for it. And anyone who has a different opinion, please let me know in the chat. And also, I would love to have you on the show. I would love to have you here and have a conversation out loud with you guys. And you bring other people along too, because everybody's going to see stuff different. So That's all I got in this video. Kalen Moss, Minute Admin, out.